wonderful job. Shared with us the roadmap. Justin, how you doing today?
I'm good. Good to be here. And last one of the year.
This is the last one of the year. We do these every Wednesday, and of course, the next 2 Wednesdays are holidays. And but we have a lot of information to share with you. And at the very end of our presentation, we're going to share the exact date that we will be launching on our first centralized exchange for the token, the Twin token. So you want to stay tuned for that. Justin and I were talking about, how to get you a really valuable information. And the way for us to do that is kind of the traditional year in review. So today we're going to go through what happened this year and what does that mean for where we're going in 2025, which is a lot of places really fast and with a lot of momentum. So Justin's going to do the honors today and share with you a deck. We'll walk through that. Along the way, we're going to be answering some of the questions that you've given us in advance. Thank you for those. Appreciate it. Justin, whenever you're ready.
Okay, let's go.
All right, 2024 annual review. Now, before we jump into it, one of the big news that we had last week, and one of the reasons Justin was here, but he's such a great host, I'm sure he'll be here, is Stacy Engel, our CEO, gave birth to her second child, Maddox, last week. So that was a huge update for us. And the reason that you're not seeing Stacy here, and of course, we represent dozens of people on the Twin Protocol team. We've hired so many great people this year who are advancing the product. So our 2024 annual review starts with that big news that, and you'll see Stacy early next year. She's just taking a little bit of time working behind the scenes and taking care of her new baby. So, all right, go ahead, Justin.
Okay, we might get to see Stacy's AI later in her absence, so that would be good. So yeah, well, let's have a think about and look back to the year so far. So casting our minds back to January at the beginning of the year, it was all really about January and April getting to a place where we could launch an alpha version of our protocol. So it's amazing to think, actually, Bill, that we haven't really been live for longer than 9 months at this point in time. But these are all the features on the roadmap that were completed on the build up to where we are now. So during January to April, it was all about creating the infrastructure of the back end so that we had the ability to create the twins. All the infrastructure needed to create and ingest and create the AI brains themselves so that we could train them for the twins. And then it was about the sort of front end features and functionality to allow the end users to get involved in the protocol. So the ability to create accounts, to create their profiles. Of course, the vault is needed, which is where we store on the blockchain the information for our end users and creators. And of course, just a standard kind of chat page, which gives the users the ability to ask the twin questions. And of course, around this time of launching at the end of April, our alpha protocol, we launched our new brand along with our new website. So they were all the things that went out the door first, and now we've got a live product, right? So we're kicking on gas with the dev team, and we're keen to do more. So May, July, we integrate payments, really important for us. So we've integrated with Stripe for fiat payments. That gives us the ability to use and purchase Twin Points, which is the virtual currency that runs the platform. Every time users want to use points to ask questions, they need to go and purchase those as bundles and packages. Also, we added account security using 2FA, mainly really for the admins on the back end at that point in time, but in the future we launch that for all end users to be able to use 2FA as optional. We also made our login process a little bit slicker using Google as a social login. And we integrated so that we could, data obviously on the back end is incredibly important to us to see how things are performing. So we integrated some basic KPI analytics to be able to see how many questions are asked, see what session lengths were like, and to improve the product based upon the data that we were getting from our user base. We also wanted to improve the Persona AI, and already we were thinking about localization, so we rolled out the ability to ask and receive questions in Spanish, Hindu, and Arabic, and we launched like a big twin at this point in time as well, which was Deepak Chopra's digital twin. So that was really a lot to get done in that second quarter. But we moved quickly into August at that point in time. We did some improvements to the efficiency and the user experience. So we made the response times coming from the questions much faster for players. We were limiting the time that you had to wait to get a reaction. We integrated speech recognition. So now you don't need to type. You can just ask using your voice these questions. Super feature for mobile, making it much easier to use the application. In terms of safety and security and ethics there, we launched our toxic word filter. So that enables bad words being filtered through celebrity twins and such like. And also another nice feature that we added for retention was suggested questions. So at this point in time, sometimes you can get a bit stuck if you can't think of future questions to ask. And so we've got a few questions in there that you can suggest. Click on them and it will ask the question. We also had a massive job during this point in time, which was to build a whole white label backend service. So what this looks like in the product is you can customize the look and feel of your own web experience, if you like. So you can customize your coloring palettes, the logo that you want to put onto your site. So we built out a whole CMS customized system to be able to customize your own look and feel based upon your own brand. And then massively coming next, we launched our Twin token, which we're going to come on to later to talk about utility. But yeah, October, we launched our token, had our TGE, and we integrated the token itself into our billing platform. So now you're also able to use fiat, but you can also use our token, more importantly. And at this point, this is where I was talking last week about the token being the fuel that drives the platform and everything that we do. And then coming into the end of the year, we launched another feature, which is also helping out with the utility of the token, but the ability for end users and future creators to be able to reserve the opportunity to create their twin. We're going to talk about this a little bit later, but self-service is a feature to allow creators to create their own twins, which is coming further down the line in Q1. And this is the ability to, put your stick in the sand to be able to reserve your own name, so you can get first on the queue to create your own twin. And then we launched a new twin showroom. So this is the marketplace that is where all our twins live. And so much easier for end users to be able to choose and browse and look at different twins that we have hosted and click on them to enter the world of talking to them. We also, at this point, increased the analytics visualization dashboard. So this is much before we were using basically like email and such like for sending out the analytics, but now we have our own front end tool to be able to look at key KPIs for people's twins to understand how they're performing. I mentioned this last week on the AMA, but yeah, we also launched chat history. We're coming to the end of our project for media twins, and at this point in time, we've got 20 twins in total in our showroom on the product, and we're going to go through that a bit later.
Yeah,
that's basically everything. Well, not everything, but they're the big pieces that were committed to by the team and delivered. So
yeah, let's Justin, let's have a strategic conversation, you and I, on this, and then answer some questions along the way. So there's multiple audiences that and thank you to all of you in advance that track our token, acquire our token, use our product. And there's the AI enthusiast that loves the fact that they can own their own data and monetize their own information via a twin. There's the business user that wants twins to promote their business, train people in their business. We have many of those. There is the Web3 enthusiast that's excited about being able to take this community and ecosystem and the functionality we have to their product and their project. And then there's the crypto side that really want to see the token be utilized as much as possible. So our strategy this year is number one, that Twin is a utility token. It's a billion token project, much like you have, for example, you have the Bitcoin, which obviously is reaching all-time highs, 107,000 yesterday, and it has a limited amount of tokens. Twin is in the same vein. And then like Bitcoin now, which is seeing a lot more utility, obviously as a store of value, but Twin as a store of value of your own memories and your own thoughts and your own ideas backed by the Twin token. That limited amount of Twin we expect will be used quite a bit as we enter 2025 and beyond. We've always had the approach that we aim to be the #1 personal, decentralized AI protocol backed by our vaults and our Twin ID that there is. And I believe, there's a lot of questions we get, like, there's a lot of open source AI video generators and there's a lot of avatars out there. And we love those because those are our partners. The Twin protocol allows individuals, and you've seen this through the product, which there are dozens of people working on. Obviously, Justin is leading the product from a platform perspective. Narinder and Neetu have a worldwide team. Justin's in the UK, by the way. I find myself in Western US. That we've been working their tail off to release a product that works and people want. So this is now exemplified. Many of you had asked before, hey, what's going on the business side? What's going on the business side is now for Twin Protocol is we're sending out invoices and contracts to literally dozens of businesses and influencers and social media icons and celebrities that they're signing, and they're bringing their Twin in-house. So we've been curating, as Justin said, we've been curating twins internally. Deepak Chopra was one, obviously, that had a lot of weight. We ingested 90 plus books, 10,000 blog posts, and his Twin Talks. Along the way, we've got CEOs and brands that are going to be released. There's a lot. Justin mentioned there's 20 twins in the showroom now. There are dozens of twins in production that we don't put in our showroom. Our showroom is curated examples that you can talk to today, and you should. It's free. Go there. But our marketplace, which is another technology that's coming out next year, will allow you and everybody else to share their Twin and get paid in Twin tokens when people access that information. So now that we have the utility and we've launched the utility token, and we're on Uniswap, is where you can purchase a token, and you get discounts and reservations. And the last slide, or the last slide before the thank you for watching this, is about the token utility. So I'll reserve a little bit there on what's going on with utility. Now that we have all that, we're launching the product to the market, accepting fiat payments in some cases as invoices to businesses that are using our services, doctors' offices, brands, influencers. All that is based upon the product working. So we've definitely taken a strategy of utility first. And now that that's all done, the Twin token powers all the transactions. As mentioned, we do have an Ethereum token, which, as we know, the gas is high. We understand that. On the back end, Polygon is the current, we're token agnostic. So on the back end, Polygon is the token that powers every blockchain prompt and response that builds your brain. Justin mentioned the chat history. That means that your brain's being built every time you ask a Twin a question. We are looking at other tokens to not only release into the market from base onwards, obviously low-cost transactional tokens that can power your Twin. So we've evolved from curated, product-focused utility token, and now, as you'll see later on in the presentation, we'll talk about our first centralized exchange. And we have plans to be on dozens of centralized exchanges with a working product, which is not only the norm of Web3 is no product hype. And that's just not the approach we took. We took a long-term approach. We're looking at a token that has a lot of utility. So many thanks to Justin for helping us pull that off. So Justin, thanks for the recap. Just wanted to provide a strategic overview on that. Any thoughts on what I said or any other thoughts along those ways?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously the token was a milestone we've been, excited about wanting to hit. Was it the right time? could we have launched earlier on the year? We could have, but we didn't feel like it was the right time. So we've done that now. So that's good. It's out there, and we're able to, give it as much utility and power as we need to make it a successful token.
Yeah. And I'm sure we'll get more questions on that along the way, and we have some other questions to answer along those lines. But all right.
Yeah. So moving on, then I think it's just worth us I was just interesting thinking about the AMA today, a year in review. And I was thinking back to where we were in March in terms of the UX and the UI. And this is actually like a screenshot of the product that we first launched as an alpha. So it's very basic in terms of what it looks like. But what we've moved to just in the last 6 months this is the latest version of what we have now. So as you can see, a huge improvement has happened on the design, the brand, the UI, the UX, and all the features in the roadmap that we just went through are all tied into this product in different ways, using different UX and UI techniques. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of where we've got to in the last 9 months of the live product.
If I can provide some context when you're done with that, Justin, there's so many things here. As you see in the upper right, you got the twin points to tokens area there. You leverage your twin tokens to purchase twin points so that there's a stable amount per point, no matter where the token is, and it does what it does. But the twin point is stable and is our internal mechanism for basically buying and purchasing access. For the most part, it's 1 point per prompt. If you ask, Mohamed Moretta is part of the Kool and the Gang group. He's also a well-known worldwide DJ. He remixed the song "Get Down on It," which many of you heard, and so on. And with Kool and the Gang and with Mohamed, he's built his knowledge base in there. He's a global influencer. He has a beverage business. He has some tremendous stories about all the people he's seen many of the decades. So you can ask him questions. That builds your brain. But what's probably more important around Mohamed and Kool and the Gang is that they have so much goodwill from basically being the soundtrack to people's lives. Celebrate, Get Down on It, so many different songs that people know, Ladies Night. They have millions of followers. And what Kool and the Gang and Mohamed are doing is they're introducing Twin to their followers. Their followers are signing up. Their followers are asking Mohamed questions, Kool from Kool and the Gang questions, other celebrities we have questions. And Kool and the Gang actually, for creating that community, gets rewards for doing that. So we have a really strong multi-tiered influencer program where the influencers are helping their constituencies, their communities get involved with AI, and they're making money on it and being paid through Twin tokens. So there's a whole strategy around the reach we have in the tens of millions without really having any paid marketing through these influencers to reach their communities and empower their communities to create their own twin. So, but you might see a twin here, but what you see is access and empowerment for millions behind the scenes.
Yes, I think it really sums up the journey that we've been on. And yeah, I think it's time to think a little bit more about what we're going towards, Bill, right?
Yes, there's a lot. Just in January, we're closing out the year with some product releases. And then we're going to talk about, as I mentioned, where you can find the token going into early next year.
So one of the things that I think I wanted to bring up, which I think is quite exciting for where we're going with this. So we're very happy with the way the product is looking, the way that it's working, the customers that are coming to us. But the one thing I really wanted to do to look into was the avatars themselves. So as you can see, this is currently our static avatar, as you saw on the previous screen. What we're working on at the moment is actually evolving our static images of the celebrities and personalities and actually moving them more towards digital avatars. So what I've got for you on the next couple of slides is a demo of where we're moving towards when it comes to the avatars. Let me just go here.
Hello, I'm the twin.
Just a minute, Stacey. I told you Stacey was coming back. So this is Stacey, our CEO. We have different types of avatars that we're integrating into our platform. The first one you're about to see a little video on is what we call standard. So this is basically like the lower res version of avatars. And so
Twin of
I'll show
Stacey
you what this
Engel,
looks like.
CEO of Twin Protocol, and this is how my basic avatar looks and speaks. This is the lowest quality of our avatars, but also the cheapest and fastest version. This means your twin on Twin Protocol will speak in this fashion.
Thank you, Stacey. So there we go. That's the first one.
Hello, I'm the
Just a sec.
Hello,
Oh,
I'm the Hello,
sorry.
I'm the twin of
Let me just go back there.
Hello, I'm
This is what we're calling our second tiered avatar, which is photorealistic. You can ignore like the green room at the moment, like that would have a customized background for our twin owners. We're using that just as a green screen for now. So this is our photorealistic avatar.
the twin of Stacey Engel, CEO of Twin Protocol, and this is how my Express avatar looks and speaks. This is the medium level of quality of our avatars and second fastest version to create. This means your twin on Twin Protocol will speak in this fashion. The ability for this level to stream to your twin is coming in the first quarter of 2025. Hello, I'm the twin.
Oh, sorry.
Hello.
And finally, this is what we're calling the top tiered, higher res photorealistic plus version of the avatar. And our users, when they're creating their avatars and accounts on the tools on the back end, they'll be able to work with us to create which one feels right for their personality. So this is our high res avatar.
I'm the twin of Stacey Engel, CEO of Twin Protocol. And this is how my premium plus avatar looks and speaks. This is the best level of quality of our avatars, but takes about 24 hours to create. This means your twin on Twin Protocol will speak in this fashion.
There we go.
Okay, so as you probably already know, we have chat interfaces for our avatars, which we can integrate into other apps via API and SDK. And then we have our audio only version of our avatars, which allows business owners and influencers to get their knowledge base out there, real estate professionals, another area we're in, to get their avatar out there, or I should say their audio version of their twin out there at a lower cost. And then we have our photorealistic avatars, which are getting better every single day. And if you're at CES, which is the Las Vegas Consumer Electronics Show in January, we actually have a side event that we're at. Michael Turpin is one of our advisors. Many of you in the Web3 world know him, and he owns the former house of Mike Tyson. So we're having an event there on the 9th. And if you're at CES, I'd love to hear from you so we could have you come out, as we're going to have a 4K green screen setup, and we're going to be recording people's video for their photorealistic twin. And we have dozens in process right now, including our own team members, of the photorealistic twin. So that'll be a really fun thing for you to do if you're in Las Vegas in early January. So Justin, Media Twins, this is gonna, I'll see another interesting development.
Yeah, so I touched on this briefly last week, but this is just a kind of a UI mock-up of the site as it's in development at the moment. So subject to change, but this will give you a bit better imagination of what we're doing here. So when I create my avatar on the back end, I can choose, whether I use my standard photorealistic high res avatar. You come to this screen, which is in the nav bar at the top there on the Twin Studio. You can generate your own videos based upon your twin talking. So there's two ways of doing that. One is you can ask your twin to write a script for you to create your kind of media video, or you can write in your own script. And at that point, you can generate that video, you can preview it, check you're happy with it, re-record it if you're not. And at that point, it will download, and you'll be able to, send that out to whichever networks you want to use, whether it be social channels, your own websites, your friends and family, email. It can be distributed around the world. But then there's another thing that we're also adding here, which is called something, that we're calling My Collections. So here you can have an archive of all your previous kind of videos that you've recorded. They can be sent back out. Or another thing that we're looking into doing is being able to mint these collections as NFTs, so that you can potentially leverage that route as well if that's something that creators are interested in. So yeah, this feature is coming together now, and yeah, I think we'll have this ready before the end of the year, to be honest.
Yeah, this is really exciting because we keep talking about self-service twins where people can educate and curate their own data. This is the first iteration of that. Now, we're still curating twins for our customers and for our token holders. And if you're a token holder, you'll have access. If you see in the upper nav, there's Twin Studio, which is highlighted at the very top. That's what we call this. This is where you can go with your knowledge base, generate a script to talk about a blog post, a topic. You'll keep educating your twin on your knowledge base. We'll help you with that to start. And then your photorealistic twin, which can either be our standard photorealistic version, kind of the medium that you saw, or if we want to, if you have more twin tokens, or if you wanted to pay a little bit more extra money, then you could have your 4K highest quality twin do this for you. Make blog posts, make training videos, or what have you. That's a media twin. Coming soon would be the streaming aspect of this, where people can talk real time. And we're really excited to release this, as Justin said, not only because you'll be able to make your own videos, and if you're an introvert, now you don't have to be. You can just put your videos out there without having to worry about how do I look or what am I going to say. Your twin does it for you. Or if you don't have enough time to create content, this will create content for you, and this gets you started. Now, we do have in process, and we are releasing under our AIDA product, AIDA, AI Digital Asset, the ability to turn your video that you make with your twin into a quote-unquote NFT. And that's going to be valuable for celebrities right out of the gate, because part of our AIDA project is where you'll go to an event for a celebrity, actor, singer, comedian, or even Kool and the Gang for that matter. You'll be able to scan a QR code, and then that influencer or celebrity will be able to give you a personal greeting with their photorealistic twin. So if there are thousands of people in the audience, everybody gets one. What happens next is that creates your twin vault. You're starting to build your own twin brain from the bits of knowledge you're receiving from the people, the celebrities, the influencers, the thought leaders, the professors, the real estate professionals, the doctors. Builds your brain. And then you'll be able to ask that celebrity, kind of a la the app Cameo, to have that celebrity's twin wish happy birthday or happy holidays or great congratulations on your graduation. That's where we're going with the AI twin. The world, we believe, is AI to human to AI communication and AI to AI communication. And so you'll be able to store all that knowledge, all those greetings, all those celebrity cues into your collection. And this is part of the product that we're rolling out. We're looking to roll it. We're being a little bit vague on this because we're definitely trying to roll it out before the end of the year, but you're going to see this in the coming weeks. So great job to Justin and team for rolling out this product. It's really exciting. The first instance of your own self, as we move towards self-service twin, you'll be able to use your twin to influence the world.
Very exciting indeed. So what we got here next? So this is actually like where we are now in the marketplace with all the twins that have been created. So you can see we're actually at 19 now, and can reveal for you now that the next twin, which is the 20th, which will be launched very, very soon, is going to be Father Christmas, just in time for Christmas. So yeah, great for the kids to be able to go and actually log in and talk to Father Christmas and to find out where he is on his travels. But yeah, this is basically like where we are right now. I think you mentioned this earlier, Bill, but we have an awful lot of twins that are in development, and Curtis and the team are doing a great job of building creators' twins with them. I think we've got something like over 100 basically that are coming soon.
Yeah, and then any of these twins, you can go have Steamboat Willie, like we talked about last week, or Winnie the Pooh tell you a story, or you can ask a business question to Aristotle, for example. So please go. It's free to go. It's free to use. And this is, as I've said a few weeks back, this is kind of a precursor so you can see how you'll interact with a twin and how you might train your own twin. So I think it'd be exciting for you to go in and try to have a conversation with some of these twins.
Absolutely. Next slide. Some stats for the end of the year.
Yeah, so we're very thrilled from the summer on to have over 10,000 accounts created, and we're just getting started, and 70,000 plus questions asked. We've seen tremendous usage of the product, and now as we scale, we've obviously done a heck of a lot of testing, and we're ready for the next level of scale to add zeros to those numbers and have people leverage their twin, use their twin, and have twin tokens power all that. So it's been a fantastic year for this from a stat perspective.
Yeah. There's a lot of questions asked.
You know what else is exciting in an area that we don't touch upon here is the business analytics that come from asking questions, having anonymous answers. And as the twin users volunteer their data for customers to know in an anonymous manner, if they want to, they can basically allow the creator to see the type of questions that people are asking to them. The creator, quite often in our current model with the twin persona technology, if they can't answer a question, it says, I cannot answer that question, please ask me later. The creator then knows what questions that their twin didn't answer, and they can go back in and fill in the blanks for that. So as time, more and more answers go into the knowledge base, but the creator is able to see the brand, the business, the CEO, the influencer, the celebrity are able to see what are people asking of me. And not only in English, but in now over 36 languages that's possible within our system. They can see what are people asking me in Spanish, Hungarian, Hindi. And it's really insightful, especially for businesses, to find out. We're finding that people are a lot more open with their answers than they would be in like filling out a form. So I think we've stumbled upon a really amazing next generation business intelligence and influencer intelligence model that's really sprung from this as well. We've been excited to see that with all those questions. All right, the twin ecosystem. Any thoughts here, Justin? I can explain some of it, but please.
Yeah, go for it. I think we have a lot of partners that we're working with, and there's technology that we're contributing to in all of these areas. So, you know, Twin is at the top there. And so, you know, we shouldn't forget we are a protocol. We have a product that's running it, but we also have a scalable protocol that other businesses and other enterprise clients can scale and leverage using our protocol. Yeah, and these are some of the enterprise kind of projects that we're working on with partners. So, Bill, you probably want to go into a bit more detail about some of these ones in particular.
Yeah, being a protocol, there's so much opportunity to access the communities and help the communities of some of our partners. You know, at the very top, we have the Twin token, which powers it all and allows us to really work easily in a Web3 environment. Going kind of in a clockwise manner, we've talked a lot about Angel Twin. Angel Twin really represents building your Twin vault with financial data. Angel AI is one of the top personal finance AIs in the world. It's a mortgage AI, it's a credit repair AI, it's a tax and accounting AI, it's a banking AI. And our goal at Angel Twin, with just that one partnership, is 1 billion people to have their own Angel Twin. And that brings into the Twin Vault finance data. As you go right to the Be Art Institute, this is art and creative. We are creating twins of artists in concert with Bill Weiland and his team, who's a really esteemed, well-known art collector and business person. We're building twins of artists. So when you walk into a gallery, you'll be able to, with a QR code, hold your phone up and have the artist tell you about the paintings that are on the wall, why they painted them and so forth. So fantastic real-time knowledge base there. You'll look for that to be rolling out Q1. On1 is a really tremendous partnership we have. A lot of it revolves around IoT devices and communities. On1 has energy and compute power. I'll just call it a cube that powers buildings, and we'll be able to tap into the data of the building and the IoT devices, which will have human-like interfaces and twins to communicate on behalf of the building. So imagine, a 20, 30-story building having human-like interface. How you doing today? Well, we have an HVAC out on floor 30. So we'll have that human-like interface into their IoT devices, but also ON1 is influential in the businesses that are inside of those buildings. So we have a lot of interesting communities around food, health, nutrition, transportation, healthcare that we're building with ON1, and our twins are central to that. ADA, this is our internal AI digital asset. You can call it an NFT in a previous life. It does so much more than that. It allows you to store your photorealistic twin or the prompt and responses in a digital NFT type format as a digital asset, which then you can keep to power part of your vault in your brain, or you could sell. And we do expect that those personal AI interactions will be very valuable in the future. Sentience and the sign-in with Sentience application allows for a Web 2 login with a Web 3 wallet on the back end. This is part of the Sophiaverse project. And Sentience allows us to connect to, for example, right out of the gate, jobs information. So Sentience is integrated with the Bounty Hunter jobs system. What jobs did you look at? What jobs did you apply for? Who did you refer? All that gets stored in your Twin Vault. And then finally, I Am Infinite is our collab with Deepak Chopra, taking the AI to the next level there. And that's wearable devices data connecting into your Twin Vault. So you get real-time advice from Deepak Chopra on meditation. There's sleep experts, there's personal trainers, and it all comes from like your wearable data. So what you're seeing here with our ecosystem is we really are dedicated to building people's Twin Vaults through various ways. Their financial data, how they interact with art, the devices that they work with at work, digital assets that become digital memories that goes into their vault, logging into their Web 2 applications and pulling that data back into their vault, and then their health and wellness data. So it's a really well-rounded access to tens of millions of community, all powered by that Twin token. You're going to see a lot of traction there. And we've been building this diligently. And these are real businesses that we're working with and real business solutions. So it's going to be a fantastic product, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see the product, the protocol itself being used in so many different ways, in so many different industries. That I talked about, like the scale of that. And we're quite early, right? This is like year one for us, and this is already the kind of partners we're working with, the creators and the CEOs of different companies. It's quite fast. So let's talk about utility, Bill.
Yeah, so we're excited that on January 13th we'll be launching our first of many to come, our first centralized exchange, and that's Bitmart. So get your calendars ready. It'll be a centralized exchange. Obviously, we'll give access to many more people. We've taken some guidance from some projects that we're looking at that have been quite successful with their utility token launches. And this was a centralized exchange we saw, took note of, and said this is a great place for us to start. Again, one of many. Our plan is, cross fingers, knock on wood, a new exchange a month at least, and growing from there. So multiple KEX exchanges are starting in January 13th. So we're really excited about expanding from Uniswap. Our enhanced utility marketing. So we've revamped our early marketing efforts. First of all, was to get the utility token out and get it out into the public. And we have now taken a very strong Web3 marketing model. So I think you'll see the engagement on our Telegram and our socials go up markedly because we're really pushing out enhanced marketing. That starts before the Bitmart launch. Payment for creators. Justin, I'll let you take some of these other ones because you're managing the product.
Yeah, sure. So the payment is really for the creators of the twins themselves. So they can pay for their creation in the token, and again, like we can apply discounts to that because it's the token. They can earn through the token as well in terms of rewards for the end users using their twins themselves. you mentioned here around twin token powers every transaction, right? So the more and more creators that we get, the more that they're being paid in the token for creating it, for using it. It's just that fuel of the entire kind of protocol, really. We were also very interested and excited to be working on what we're calling twin membership. So we want to give back to the token holders. We want to make sure that if people out there are holding the token for longer periods of time, that we can reward them for their loyalty by giving them membership. And that membership will open out more discounts, more opportunities, more features that they have exclusive access to. So there's a lot going on the utility side. It's a big focus for us in 2025.
Yeah. Also, one other exciting, we're token agnostic, meaning we can go any blockchain, and also we're LLM agnostic. So we are excited to be integrating through the Sentience partnership, the Singularity Net, Dr. Ben Goertzel AI model. It's the first time we're leveraging the Singularity Net model inside of our application. We're definitely snuggling up to Singularity Net from an AI standpoint quite a bit. And this is the first time that we'll have our token will power the interactions using a Singularity Net AI model. And of course, they're working really hard on neurosymbolic AGI. So there's a lot of assets there that are going to differentiate our AI models from just using the standard LLMs, which many applications do and use successfully. But with our twin persona AI, with the Singularity Net AI models, and we look to have a really strong growing AI presence and quality as well.
Yeah, so that's drawing in to the end, isn't it? It's been a great year. I'm really excited about 2025. There's a little taste there of what's to come. Team are excited to be working on these new features and functionality and seeing where we can bring Twin Protocol in 2025, and accelerate everything we're doing and create a wonderful product.
Absolutely, Justin. Thanks so much for the hard work. Obviously, you and I speak for our wonderful team, which continues to grow this year. We're looking forward to an amazing 2025 and working with all of you to create your twin and see so much success. So happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, happy Christmas and happy New Year.
We'll see you for the next live show the first week of January. Take care.
Cheers.